be honest, we all judge books by their covers, and your audience does the exact same thing with you when you're presenting. In public speaking, first impressions matter so much more than people realize. In fact, within the first minute of your presentation, your audience is already deciding how much attention you're worth. My name is Deandra Filicetti, and I am a professional speaker and trainer, and I help leaders, speakers, and professionals with communication and team engagement. If you want your audience to listen, engage, and stay with you, then you need to hook them in immediately. A hook is the intentional way that you begin your presentation in order to capture attention, spark curiosity, and signal that what's coming next is worth listening to. There are many different ways to hook an audience in your presentation, and the best speakers choose the one that fits their message, their audience, and their style. But let's walk through some of the most effective and commonly used presentation hooks. One powerful option is starting with a shocking statistic or fact. For example, did you know that glossophobia, the fear of public speaking, affects nearly 40% of the population? Data like this immediately grabs attention and makes the audience curious about what comes next. Another effective hook is a thought-provoking question. Something like, do you think the best public speakers were born that way? Questions engage the audience's mind right away and invite them into the conversation even before they speak. Here's another example.
So how do we learn? And why do some of us learn things more easily than others?
Stories are one of the most powerful hooks available to speakers. A short, relevant story builds rapport with the audience and creates an emotional connection. And here's one of my favorite examples.
It's March 2nd, 2015. And I should be on my plane home from Panama to Toronto. Instead, I'm sitting in this small, cold room. My hands are shaking, and I'm sweating. Panic.
You can also begin with a quote from a credible or notable source. For example, Robert Moment says that mastering public speaking is essential for professional advancement and success. You see, quotes add authority and frame your topic with intention. Another option is a bold statement or contrarian view hook. Something like, most people think public speaking is difficult, but that belief is exactly what holds them back. Bold statements create curiosity and make the audience want to hear your reasoning behind the statement. Here's an example.
It isn't true what they say, that you can't love anyone until you love yourself. Have you heard that? Some people say you have to learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else, but it's not true.
You can also invite your audience to imagine a what-if scenario. For example, imagine you're standing on stage mid-presentation and you notice someone in the audience smiling back at you. This instantly sets a scene that pulls the audience right into the experience. Then there's the relatable problem hook. This hook starts off with a shared pain point that your audience will recognize instantly. For example, have you ever spent hours preparing for a presentation only to watch your audience start checking their phones within the first 5 minutes? When people feel seen, they lean in because they know that you're about to solve a problem that they care about. The unexpected action hook will disrupt routine and immediately capture your audience's attention. For example, you might begin your presentation in complete silence and then walk slowly across the stage. Or maybe you suddenly ask the audience to stand up and not explain why. The unexpected creates curiosity, and curiosity creates focus. Now, in this example, the speaker suddenly drops into a plank.
You're about to hold a plank. Just 60 seconds. You know it's coming. That tension in your core, the burn in your arms, the mental countdown ticking away.
Hooks that use props and visuals make abstract ideas tangible. For example, holding up a crumpled up piece of paper to represent a disorganized presentation. Or showing two contrasting images, one chaotic and one clear, to visually reinforce your message. A well-chosen prop helps your audience see your point, not just hear it. Here's a really great example.
What? All you all think smoking kills? Let me tell you something.
The purpose of a hook is simple. make it easy for your audience to pay attention. And once you've captured their curiosity, your job is to keep it. Because if you lose your audience in the first minute, it's much, much harder to get them back. Follow for more on communication and engagement.